Here are some thoughts, some things that you will not find in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. One thing is mega congregations. It's just not our way of doing things. I'm not denouncing them as evil or satanic, but some very famous ones I could think of is John Hagee's Cornerstone Church, Joel Osteen's Lakeland Church, and Rick Warren's Saddleback. They've got like 20 or 40,000 people coming to the one congregation together every week to worship. You won't find that in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because when a ward gets a certain size, it'll be divided into more wards. Because we have... Is it because? Well, one way we do things that might be the reason is we have a lay clergy, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not a spectator religion. If you join the church, you should expect at some point to be asked to do something, teach a class, maybe even be bishop. And of course, there would be less opportunities to do stuff if you got 40,000 people in the congregation. Maybe the wards in the past have been a little bit bigger. I've read of some statistics about certain wards in the 1800s that were enormous compared to what we have now, but now we don't have the mega congregations. And you won't find Latter-day Saints groups researching other religions, or we don't attack other religions. You won't see a big group of Mormons protesting outside of another church's convention, or when the Pope comes, or something like that. Maybe my second YouTube video that I ever made, that got some criticism from other Mormons that thought I was being too anti-Catholic when I was just trying to focus on the issue of natural family planning, and the Catholic Church is the only one that I know of that thinks a certain way about that issue. But I wasn't trying to make an anti-Catholic video, and I think evangelical Christians are the worst about this. I'm not aware of any Catholic groups that try specifically to attack one religion, or move to Utah to save the Mormons, or like every 6 months at General Conference. I haven't been there in person yet, but to the best of my knowledge, there aren't any Catholics out there on the street walking around with pamphlets and signs trying to get people to finally believe in Jesus, even though they're going to a meeting named the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Jesus Christ is in there. And two other things I was thinking about for this list. Let's just start off by pointing out we have a lay clergy. I'm not sure what my bishop does right now, or my branch president. He used to work for a paving company. My current stake president works for a local news station. I have a calling of leadership, not quite as high on the totem pole as branch president, and I get $0 from the church for that, and I go to work. Because we have a lay clergy, you won't find a Mormon bishop who condones sin, or even worse, encourages it because he's getting an extra paycheck from the church out of it, or a bonus from the church out of it. If there is a bishop condoning sin, it's not because of getting a bonus from the church out of it. Maybe it's sheepishness, maybe caring more about man and God or family ties. Maybe, caring more about what family thinks than what God thinks. And because we have the lay clergy, there's not a separate, distinct grouping between leadership and the people, like there is when there's a professional clergy getting paid and people have to go through years of schooling to get into it. So you won't find leaders in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints covering for other leaders because of a barrier, a mental barrier, thinking of the other leaders differently when, the bishop and branch president will be released at some point in time and just be another face in the congregation. The stake president, he's not a stake president for life. He's going to be another face in the congregation at some point. So they're not going to shuffle around a child molester, not take any action against a child molester because they think, wow, but he's a leader. He's a fellow man of the cloth like me. No, they'll think there's another person who's in the church, who's just a member of the church, and so those are things you won't find in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. To learn more about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, go to lds.org, mormon.org, josephsmith.net, or maybe you can find some other YouTube videos by fellow Latter-day Saints. Have a good day.